could you start off by telling us a little bit about what it is that iovox does?
So iovox is a call tracking and analytics company. We do provide a technology to allow our customer to understand a bit more about their leads, their phone leads, but not only. So this is a technology which is used by many industries, and we have a real expertise in industries such as real estate, property, classifieds, or car dealer, automotive marketplaces, basically.
Okay, and what's your role at iovox, and how long have you been working for the company?
So I joined iovox more than 10 years ago now. It's been a long time. And when I joined iovox, I never heard before that about code tracking technology, which was for me a totally discovery, because before that I was in other companies and had professional experiences, and I also was in a business school and we studied ROI and marketing tools, but at no time I heard about code tracking technologies, and I was really impressed. So when I joined the company, I was in charge of developing the French market. And so I went after some prospects in France and started speaking about code tracking and really introducing them to the technology, because I discovered that I wasn't the only one who never heard about code tracking technology. And that generated a very interesting conversation and discussions, and helped us also to understand what were the new needs on the market and how to make sure that we envision the good product, basically the good way for our product to evolve. That was very exciting. And since then, basically, I was mainly in the commercial team, and I was in sales and account management positions. It was great, allowed me to have very good conversation with customers, gathering all the requests and also questions from our customers about our products, and being able to provide them to our, bring them to our product team, making sure that our products really reflect what were the need of the market. And now I joined as well. I moved to a position of product evangelist, and I think it really resonated with me, this position, because basically it's making sure that our products match with our customers' needs and bring your customer satisfaction on the table. And that's really good. And basically, product evangelist, the real meaning of this word is bringing the good news about the product you are building. So that's the position I am on now.
Okay, and so something that our readers or our listeners would like to probably hear from you is, who are the main customers? Who have you worked with in the classifieds industry?
So we work with many big brands. So some of our customers includes Zoopla, Immobiliare, REA. We work also with the automotive industry, with companies such as Auto Trader or La Centrale. So we have a really good expertise in those classifieds marketplaces industries.
Okay,
so
right. Okay, yeah, some real big names in there. Okay, so you say you're a product evangelist. Which are the products or the features that you're most evangelical about? Maybe you can show us.
Yes, definitely. So basically, we are working on different new products, and those products came from feedback from customers. Basically, there are some ideas we got from customers' feedback, and one of the products we built was related to issues of coverage in certain countries. So, for example, in Latin America, people are really interested in call tracking, but the cost of renting local numbers is quite expensive, or in some countries you cannot get a very full coverage. So the idea was for us to bring a solution which would allow them to still be able to track their leads without having to pay for numbers. And we built up a product which is named Web Connect. And Web Connect is a web RTC solution which allows the visitor of our customer's website to call directly the advertiser through the website. So I'm going just to share with you my screen and show you an example of how it works, basically.
Okay.
Just 1 second. This is a demo website. So as you can see, this is a demo page for a property portal. And as you can see, there are like different ads. I will just click on one to show you how it works. If I call, for example, so there are two options there. The first one is to call, and the second one is obviously to send an email. And if I call, that will generate the call through the browser. Sorry.
Transferring your call to the agent.
So this is generating a call. The call is going to redirect to my mobile. I'm not going to answer. But basically, you can do whatever you want with the call you're generating in terms of rules. So for example, you can play a whisper, a little audio message to the person who is calling via the device. You can also play a whisper to the advertisers. So for example,
okay, so the whisper is what we just heard there. So the whisper tells the user who it is that's calling before they actually receive the call.
Yes, that's exactly that. So before being connected, they will know that the lead is coming from the portal they're subscribing to.
Okay, understood.
But you can do multiple things with this nice button. So for example, if I click on this one,
thank you for your call. If you would like to book an appointment for a viewing, please press 1. For other queries,
you can include
please
a
press
keypad and
2.
select the options, and that will go to the right, basically at the agents. But what is really interesting is that you can gather the analytics and know why, what button button has been pressed by the visitor. This is not all. This technology is really good also, and allow our customer to basically add additional information, so they would know which listing has generated the call, and then can also link it to the user session ID, so they will know which visitor has generated the call. So they can really go in depth in the analytics part and understand what's generating call and what is not.
Okay, so as I understand it, you're essentially taking, well, apart from making things easier on the actual platform itself, in the back end, as I understand it, what you're doing is kind of taking phone calls, which are by their nature quite sort of unstructured, and you're creating from them structured data which can be searched and analyzed by a marketing team.
That's correct. So basically, that will allow our customer really to understand a bit more about what's happening on their website. So you have a very good visibility on the website when it's digital, when you will know where the visitor goes, where they came from, what keywords they typed in, etc. But as soon as they generate a call, which happen quite often in the real estate industry, then usually our prospect loses completely the visibility on what's happening. So we are here to bridge, really, to connect the digital part to the voice part, and we're trying to bring on the link which was missing.
Okay, I like the look of that. It certainly makes things a lot easier. Is it something? Is this Web Connect? Is it something that you're seeing quite a lot of traction with the portals at the moment?
Yeah, this is something which is quite interesting. So there are different ways to use it, really. The first way, and one of the reasons why we built the solution was when you don't really have a coverage or the numbers are very expensive. That's one of the good way to collect information and being able to gain visibility where you didn't have any. So the phone calls, basically. So in Latin America, the numbers are expensive. In Asia, it can be also quite complicated to get numbers at the correct price. So at the correct price point. So it could be a very good solution in order to gain some visibility. We have also customers looking into the solution when, for example, they have a private advertiser section in their own portal. Why are they looking into this solution? It's basically when you have a private advertiser section in your portal, you have a lot of ads, but usually like 80% of the time, the advertisers are non-paying customers. So they're just on the website, they're bringing a lot of traction to the website, but they're not paying to be on the website. And this is that could be very strategic for customers to use this solution in order to gain visibility at a less expensive cost, because they wouldn't have to write numbers. And what is good is that if they're generating calls, they will gain visibility and know what's happening with the calls. But if they don't generate calls, then it doesn't cost them much. They will have some way for them to understand what's happening and try to do some A/B testing, generate more leads, but also potentially do some upsell and try to get some premium customers who are paying for additional options, because they will gain insights. We know what listing are working, why. Could also advise the customer and say, if you drop your cost by 10%, you might sell your car 10 days before the planned date, etc. So you can really go far with the data.
Okay, no, it all makes sense, certainly. one thing that I wanted to ask you about, and for me, when I was going through iovox yesterday and coming up with these questions, was kind of the elephant in the room. You guys, you deal with phone calls, right? I'm a millennial. I absolutely hate phone calls. I imagine I'm not the only millennial who hates phone calls. Is this a problem for you? And have you seen maybe fewer phone calls as a percentage of contact shop options with property portals, or is that not fair to say? Is it declining, is what I'm saying? It's a harsh question, but I suspect it might be.
For a very short answer, no, we don't see a decline. We see quite the opposite. So, of course, you will probably not do a phone call, make a phone call if that's to buy a small item, something which is not very expensive. But if it is to rent or buy a place, or if it's to buy a car, they are high value products. And usually you don't spend money on something like this without asking questions and making sure that's the right choice for you. So people tend to call, and we don't see any decline in the call. We see quite the opposite. Okay,
fair enough. There's one more question that I wanted to ask you. So we actually interviewed iovox's CEO back in January, and he said something quite interesting. He said that we might be close or getting closer to the end of phone numbers, and phone calls might soon be made through other channels. So I imagine he was referring to things like what you just shown me, your Web Connect feature. How common is this now, and what kind of potential do you think this technology might have, not necessarily just in the classifieds industry, but in general?
Well, having phone calls made, having basically a different way to communicate with professionals is something quite important. We've seen it with COVID. I mean, we are not communicating the same way that we were communicating pre-COVID time, I think. People used to be at the office, having their landline numbers, their mobile numbers with them. Nowadays, we have many people who are working from home, such as I am right now. So we are probably going to communicate in different ways, but I still think that the voice is a really important part of the communication of the future. It might not be through phone calls. It might be through WebRTC, like I showed you right now with the Web Connect. We can see that Zoom calls are increasing dramatically. We're currently using Zoom calls to do this interview. So this is something we still need to connect with people even more, I believe, since we're working from home. I think I never spent that much time speaking with my colleagues since since I'm working from home. So the voice is still there, but I think there will be different channels to carry the voice on.